Volcanic eruptions in human history and their effects. Volcanoes, nature's most awe-inspiring yet terrifying creations. Beneath our feet lies a power so immense that it can shape landscapes, obliterate civilizations, and change the course of history in the blink of an eye. But what happens when these sleeping giants awake? What if I told you that some eruptions were so powerful that their effects are still felt centuries later? Stay tuned as we unravel the deadliest volcanic eruptions in human history and how their catastrophic force reshaped the world as we know it. Let's go back to 79 AD to a small Roman town where people were just minding their business, farming, trading, and of course indulging in some delicious ancient wine, when all of a sudden their world literally started falling apart. You guessed it, Mount Vesuvius. The skies darkened, ash filled the air, and within hours, the vibrant city of Pompeii was buried under tons of volcanic debris, a time capsule of Roman life, frozen forever. Some residents were caught mid-bite, their final moments frozen in time. But here's the kicker. Historians now believe it wasn't just the lava or ash that wiped them out. It was something invisible. A deadly cloud of gas, hotter than an oven, swept through the city, instantly ending life as they knew it. Pompeii wasn't just destroyed, it was erased. Now, fast forward to 1883, where Krakatoa, an island with a name that sounds like a villain from a superhero movie, decided it was time for its big debut, and it wasn't shy about making an entrance. The eruption was so loud that it was heard over 3,000 miles away. That's like someone in New York hearing an explosion from California. Imagine explaining that to your neighbor. But Krakatoa didn't stop with the noise. The explosion created tsunamis over 120 feet tall, wiping out coastal towns. Over 36,000 lives were lost, and the ash that was spewed into the sky dimmed the sun for months. Global temperatures dropped, and people thousands of miles away experienced what was called the year without a summer. Imagine, no warm, sunny days, all thanks to one volcanic tantrum. But as crazy as Krakatoa was, it wasn't the deadliest. That crown goes to Mount Tambora in 1815. With a blast 100 times more powerful than an atomic bomb, this eruption didn't just kill people near the volcano. No, Tambora wanted the world to feel its wrath. You see, after Tambora erupted, ash clouds traveled across the planet, blocking the sun, causing crops to fail, and leading to the worst famine of the 19th century. People who had never even heard of Indonesia suddenly found themselves starving, all because a mountain half a world away decided to blow its top. In Europe, they called it the year without a summer. In America, people were eating squirrels for dinner. Seriously, Tambora messed things up on a global scale. And the strange weather? It inspired a certain author to write a little story about a monster brought to life by lightning. Yep, Frankenstein was born thanks to volcanic ash. Now, there's an eruption that most people have never heard of, but it wreaked havoc on an unprecedented scale. The year was 1783, and Loki, a volcano in Iceland, decided it was time to remind the world of its power. For 8 long months, Loki spewed toxic gases and ash into the atmosphere. The fallout was devastating. Crops failed, livestock died, and nearly a quarter of Iceland's population was wiped out. But the real damage? It spread across Europe. The air became so thick with sulfur that people were choking. In Britain, it was called the Great Fog, causing one of the hottest summers on record, followed by one of the coldest winters. Famines and disease swept through Europe. They say it might have even contributed to the political unrest leading up to the French Revolution. So, not only did Loki mess with the weather, but it might have also helped ignite one of the most famous revolutions in history. All from a quiet little volcano in Iceland. Go figure. Now, we can't talk about volcanic eruptions without mentioning Mount St. Helens in 1980. It was like Mother Nature had a bad hair day. And boy, did she let us know about it. The north side of the mountain literally blew off, sending a shockwave that flattened everything in its path for miles. Trees were thrown around like matchsticks. Fun fact, it released enough energy to power 25,000 nuclear bombs. Luckily, we had a bit more science by then to predict it, but even then, it caught many off guard. So what do all these volcanic eruptions have in common? They remind us that no matter how advanced we get, nature is still in charge. Volcanoes don't just destroy, they create. From new islands to rich, fertile soils, volcanic ash has given life, even after taking it away. But would you want to live next to one? Maybe, as long as it's not your turn next. The real question is, could a catastrophic eruption happen in our lifetime? Scientists believe we're overdue for one, but no one knows exactly when or where the next one will strike. What we do know, however, is this. When the Earth decides to remind us who's boss, we better be ready. If you enjoyed this thrilling journey through time and fiery destruction, hit that like button and subscribe for more jaw-dropping mysteries of our planet. And let me know in the comments, if you had to survive one volcanic eruption, which one would you choose? Until next time, stay curious and stay away from volcanoes.